Hello and welcome to Die Rollin. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I'm here to talk to you about Dungeons and Dragons Adventurer. So this is a new potential series of magazines, a subscription service by Hachette Partworks. These are the guys who normally do those Warhammer magazines you see clogging up the aisles in a WH Smith's. You know, you'll see them for a couple of weeks and then you won't see them ever again. Unless, like me, you do a subscription and then you see all of them as they come in the post. So this time around, they have gone for trying to do a Dungeons and Dragons series of books. Well, I say books, but we're talking about magazines. And you could expect, well, binders to pull this stuff in and regular regular dice. Looks like they're giving out dice every issue, maybe. Probably not every issue. There's also a premium thing they teased where you can actually get miniatures as well for Dungeons and Dragons, which would be an extra, I don't know, £4 or something a month, or maybe £8. I don't know. Anyway, so I saw this this kind of subscription and I just jumped on it, said, yeah, sure, subscribe me up. And this was just a trial. So normally with a trial, if you manage to subscribe, then you normally get the first 4 issues for free. I did that with the Lord of the Rings when they were doing the Lord of the Rings card ring subscription service, which I haven't seen since. So I basically signed on, did what I normally do, and didn't hear anything else from them until this turned up in the post. Now, I haven't got issues 1, 2, and 3. I've only got 4, but this will give you a good idea of what you can expect to find in here if you do decide to subscribe, and also if they do decide to actually make a proper run of this. Now, I'm actually running Dungeons and Dragons for my 3 girls, and they're really enjoying this. So I thought this is probably a really good kind of thing to get, because I know Dungeons and Dragons from 3.5, but I never knew about Magic because my brother he kind of banned Magic because it was too difficult. So I've been playing some of the latest edition. And yeah, the Magic kind of threw me a bit. I wasn't quite sure of some of the rules in this, and generally some of the rules I'm not 100% on. So the idea of actually picking up a magazine subscription that kind of teaches you as you go on, well, I can't think of a better thing for my particular kind of skill set. So let's take a look. I'll stop waffling. Let's take a look at issue 4. So lovely artwork on here. We'll start with the dice because, I mean, that's great. Some dice. Who doesn't want dice? So this is the dice you get in number 4. Perfect. I mean, that's great. Really happy with that. So what do we got inside? New and exclusive adventures. So it seems they're doing an adventure in each one of these, which is fantastic to just kind of like fill out your kind of like backlog of adventures. Like if you want to pull out an adventure out, you can go to that and just, yeah, go from there. You learn about the cleric, which is great because my youngest is playing a cleric, so I'll know a bit more about that. You can target multiple foes with your spells, and shining a light on Zentarium. And we're exploring the Sword Coast, which is good because that's where my kids are. So what do we got here? So contents in here, we got some lore stuff, we got some character creation, we got some spell casting, creatures and monsters, and an adventure. So lovely artwork in here. We're talking about the Sword Coast in here. Tells you about varied climates, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, Waterdeep, so a couple of cities I've heard of from playing computer games or board games. So yeah, some more lore setting there. Then we go into dwarves, talks about the clans and the kingdom of these. I imagine, it says race lore 3 there, so I imagine they're going to have quite a lot of different lore going on in each of these. Talks about grey dwarves. Interesting. I know about grey dwarves from playing Explore It, but I don't know too much about them, so that'll be quite interesting. I'll probably read that and get some idea of that. Got some information on spell casting. It looks like it has its own section just for spells because of, well, I guess how difficult it is. So casting times and spell range. So it goes into detail about each of these things on here and talks about areas of effect as well and how to avoid an area of effect spell. Then we go into the cleric. So character creation, cleric lore 1. Talks to you about those guys. And then talks about the abilities. And there's a top tip here, spell levels. A cleric spells grow in power from first level spells cast by the newest adventurers to the 9th level magic wielded by the mightiest servants of the gods. Talks about divine domain, cantrips and spells. Cantrips is something I didn't actually understand what a cantrip was until probably our second or third game of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So yeah, that's pretty handy. Talks about the Zentarim. So some more stuff about factions there. And then we're talking about vampires in here. It's pretty creepy pictures. And then we have our adventure, which is Daylight Robbery. And I don't want to read into this because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's going to subscribe. Actually, if you're going to subscribe to this, you're going to subscribe because you are a DM, I guess. But yeah, they've got a little thing here saying, look, if you're a player, don't read this because this is, for Dungeon Master eyes only. This plays in 1 to 2 hours. And you know what? I might see about running this with the die rollers, and we'll see how this actually works out. And that's it. You've also got some stats on there. So you've got Eterine Zavari, who is a vampire, and you also have something for a bandit there, which is great. It's fantastic. It tells you how to begin the adventure. I mean, there's no map in here, which, I mean, you don't need a map, I guess, but yeah, no map. Would be nice to have a map, guys. How long will it take you? Anyway, that's everything inside Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer. Learn, play, explore. Me, for one, I'm quite happy with the contents of that. It looks pretty good. I mean, there's no map. I like maps. But yeah, this looks like a really good kind of subscription service. I really hope they do carry on with this because this is something I probably would pick up. Just because, like I say, I'm playing D&D with my kids. If I ever run it for a group of adults or the die rollers, who, you know, technically aren't adults, then yeah, like I'd have a ton of stuff ready to play at my fingertips. And getting magazines, I'm going to be much happier to sit down and read through that than having to trawl through all of the DM's kind of book. So that's about it. I've been the ever excitable Adam. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And if you've got any questions or comments, put them in the comments below. And I'll get back to you promptly because I don't have a life. Until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling.